Politician Sam George, known for his strong opinions and fearless demeanor, has delivered a stern warning to Western powers who might be contemplating sanctions against Ghana due to an impending anti-LGBTQ bill. In a bold move, he drew a compelling parallel to the recent actions of the United States, pointing out their targeting of the Speaker of Parliament in Uganda following the passing of their own anti-LGBTQ law. He declared that if America dares to follow suit, Ghana will retaliate by shutting down American businesses within its borders.
Let me use this opportunity, Mr. Speaker, to celebrate Mr. Speaker, who has been a stalwart and a bastion for this bill. But for Mr. Speaker, this bill would most likely have been killed. Mr. Speaker has stood his ground and ensured that this bill has come this far. And I want to use this opportunity with the support of my colleague members of Parliament, since we all support this bill, to serve notice to the Western powers that we have taken judicial notice of what they have done to the Speaker of Uganda. After Uganda passed the bill, the sanctions on the Speaker of Uganda's Parliament and on the sponsors of those bills, we will serve notice as well that if they replicate same with our Speaker and members of Parliament, we will also take action against their business interests in our country, because they serve in this country and make money from here and take back home. They cannot hold us to ransom.
Sam George further exposed the glaring hypocrisy of America, highlighting their failure to impose sanctions on the Secretary of Defense despite contradictory events during Pride Month. Astonishingly, the U.S. Secretary of Defense obstructed and prohibited a transgender parade on a U.S. Air Force base, claiming a lack of endorsement from their own defense headquarters, the Pentagon. Governor DeSantis of Florida passed legislation targeting openly transgender individuals. So why hasn't the American government taken decisive action against its own citizens?
Why is it that the American Secretary of State has not sanctioned the Secretary of Defense? Because June was declared Pride Month and they had transgender parades. The U.S. Secretary of Defense blocked and stopped a transgender parade on a U.S. Air Force base because he said the U.S. Pentagon, which is their defense headquarters, would not support such activity. Governor DeSantis has passed legislation against open transgender parades in Florida. Why have they not taken on their own citizens? In fact, in 2022 alone, there were 433 actions in State House of Legislatures across the United States, banning and clamping down on homosexuality. The Supreme Court of the United States, SCOTUS, just last week, passed a landmark judgment enforcing the rights of American citizens to refuse to offer services to people on the basis of their faith and because they were LGBTQ. Mr. Speaker, it shows you that even America has realized the error of their judgment and are walking back their steps. Italy in June designated June also as Family Protection Month to counter the Pride Month. Maybe that's something Ghana should begin to consider, that we make June a Family Values Month to celebrate the Ghanaian family value. But Mr. Speaker, in wrapping up, Mr. Speaker, I just want to state that the dangers of homosexuality are grave. Persons who are homosexuals or transgenders, per statistics from the CDC, have at least 6 times higher rates of obesity, substance abuse, and suicidal thoughts than heterosexual people. This has a consequence for our health bill as a country and public health, and we cannot turn a blind eye to this.
It's fascinating how African nations increasingly exhibit less concern for Western opinions regarding LGBTQ issues. Following in the footsteps of Uganda, it is now interesting to witness both Ghana and Kenya actively progressing with the implementation of their anti-gay legislation. Do you think other African countries will follow suit? Let us know what you think. Be sure to like the video, comment.
Shalom, 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 shalom. I want to give you the praises and the glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Barakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to my fellow Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters who have been edified by the truth and woken up to the hopeful elect to the house of Israel. So, this is another quick one before I go to my bed. This is coming approaching midnight here in the UK. Gotta get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, but let it be. Let it be. So anyway, this is the Ghanaian politician. His name is Sam. What's his name? Sam something. Hold on. Sam George, his name is. And he's licking out against the, you know what, the happy people. He's licking out against America. He's licking out against America and the happy people. Why is he doing it? Because Ghana, like Uganda, like Kenya, are refusing to take the golden cup, which is in America's hand, filled with abominations and filthiness. Refusing to take the golden cup that's in America's hand, filled with abominations and filthiness, right? Which is not the mark of the beast. Now, the mark of the beast is something separate. That's the microchip, right? That's the microchip, the mark of the beast. This, Revelation 17 and 5, is talking about exactly what Sam George is refusing to accept. In Ghana, this is the Ghanaian politician. Same thing that they banned in Uganda, same thing that they banned in Kenya. The Ghanaians are putting a bill, a legislative bill through Parliament, through their House of Parliaments in Ghana, to ban the act of LGBTQ+, to ban it completely. So they're refusing to accept that. Now, when it comes to the mark of the beast, the microchip, that's going to be a global system, because that's a financial system that the whole world is going to have to adapt to using. Right? The CBDC. That's not, the CBDC is not Revelations 17 and 5. Right? The CBDC is the foundation for the mark of the beast, Revelation 13 and 16 to 18. This is talking about Revelation 17 and 5. Right? What Uganda has banned, what Kenya has banned, and what they are looking to ban. So let me just bring it out, and then I'm going to shut this down. Quick one. Doom of Babylon. So this is what he's harking on about. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore. The great whore is the United States of America, that sits upon many waters. The many waters are the different nationalities of people that live in America. That is referred to as the great melting pot. The melting pot, that's America. The many waters represent the different nationalities that live in America. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. This is what he's looking at against, the fornication. All right? Because part of that fornication is to accept the LGBTQ plus system in your country. That's part of the fornication. And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Right? Well, just the wine of her fornication, her philosophies, her ways. That's kind of like the image of the beast, the wine of the fornication, one and the same thing. The wine of her fornications is her philosophies, her ways, her system. And part of her image and the wine that she wants you to drink is the love and the acceptance of the happy people. So he carried me away into the spirit, into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast. The woman is the United States of America, Babylon the Great. The scarlet beast represents Europe, the European, the other Edomite nations. Full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. The 7 heads are the 7 European empires. Germania Minor, Germania Major, the Spanish Empire, the French Empire, the British Empire, the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire. Those are the 7 heads. The 10 horns represent the European Union, the beast, what we know today as the EU. It started out as being known as the Treaty of Rome, right? And then they had the ECC, the European Summit Commerce and Community, whatever. And then they, they started to grow. There's more than 10 nations in it now, but it started with 7, went to 10. Now there's about 29, 30 in there now, right? But that's what that's talking about, the European nations, the Edomite nations, because the 10 horns come from the 7 heads, all right? And the woman was arrayed in purple. The woman is the United States of America, scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup. This is what he doesn't want. He doesn't want the golden cup that America's handing out to Ghana, full of the abominations and the filthiness of her fornication. And what is that? The heart of that abomination and filthiness is her love for the happy people. It's a love for the LGBTQ plus XYZ, WXYZ community, for the alphabet community, basically. That's what he is fighting against. That's what Sam George is fighting against. That's what Uganda is fighting against. That's what Kenya is fighting against. And it's spreading along those west coast and mid-central African countries, right? This is what Sam Jules doesn't want. He doesn't want. This is not the mark of the beast. This is not the microchip. The golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness and fornication, is not the mark of the beast. This is the wine, part of the wine of her fornication, and the heart and the foundation of this abominations and filthiness is her love, America's love for the alphabet community. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great. It's not a mystery to us because we know he's talking about the United States of America, the mother of harlots, right? Because she's pushing it out. She's a harlot, not literal harlot. She's a harlot because she's gone into bed symbolically, figuratively, with all of these other nations and pushing all of her ways upon them. And the abominations of the earth. And the greatest abomination that she is pushing is the alphabet community. She's pushing that upon the nations. She's forcing it down their throats. She's trying to buy them, trying to buy their loyalty and their allegiance to the alphabet community. This is what America is doing. She's trying to buy these countries' allegiance and loyalty to the alphabet community. This is what the cup that's in her hand. This is the cup that Sam George is refusing to accept. This is the cup.
And fearless demeanor has delivered a stern warning to Western powers who might be contemplating sanctions against Ghana due to an impending anti-LGBTQ bill. In a bold move, he drew a compelling parallel to the recent actions of the United States, pointing out their targeting of the Speaker of Parliament in Uganda following the passing of their own anti-LGBTQ law. He declared that if America dares to follow suit, Ghana will retaliate by shutting down American businesses within its borders.
Let me use this opportunity, Mr. Speaker, to celebrate Mr. Speaker, who has been a stalwart and a bastion for this bill. But for Mr. Speaker, this bill would most likely have been killed. Mr. Speaker has stood his ground and ensured that this bill has come this far. And
so that's Sam George. That's what he doesn't want. He doesn't want the golden cup, which is in America's hand, filled with abominations and filthiness. On that note, so that's going to make it short and sweet. I give all the praises and the glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rakah, Kodash, double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. As I always say, keep praying, repent, keep safe, and hold on to your faith. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises.